and Front Row Racing bringing you Set Up Giveaway. Dover! Finally! We actually just going to let us broadcast this thing. So we got Marley in the hot seat right now. Marley, give us a little shout out to everybody at home, huh?
How's it going, fellas?
Alright, so well, hopefully everyone's doing damn good, and you're going to show us how this car moves right now, my man. So let's go ahead and get you up to speed. You live right now. Alright, here we go, folks. So you're on board with Marley here. He's going to go ahead and demonstrate a good fast lapper around this thing. Then we're going to throw you a setup afterward. So right now we're going to go into 3 and 4. This is going to be up to speed laps. We'll leave it a little on the paved view, if you will, and then we'll do a ride along with them. So we'll do 3 or 4 laps, get you an insight of what's going to go on here. There he goes into 1 and 2. Now you want to stay nice and low as you can, like he is right there, arcing around the bottom, keeping those RPMs up, just keeping that thing launched off and out. So and it's like a roller coaster here, folks. You know, you come out of 2, it's an elevation change. Into 3 and 4, elevation change. Coming in, you know, out of 4, elevation change. Watch how he dives into here, just like that. Oh, that's awesome. So right now, let's go on board with him, holding that line. Now we're going to go right shotgun here. That's a good car, good stable car. This is a race car, so it is going to turn the laps, and it's going to last the entire run. You know, again, you're going to tailor it a little bit to what you need, but this is a solid platform, solid car, especially for this monster mile. We've been working on different cars, this and that throughout the last week and a half or so prior to Dover, so this will give you a good insight here. So as you can see, diving in, trying to hold it. Now, you know, sometimes it'll push a little bit, but watch him rotate. Well, yeah, he rotates still with the speed up, so that's good news right here. That's what we want to see. Nose on the bottom right here in that dark patch, which is that rubber buildup, that grip. And then he's going to get that thing to launch off right like you just seen right there. And again, holding those RPMs up. Let's go back on board. Let's crank it up. How many laps we got left?
Coming up to the final one.
Copy that. Crank it up to the final lap. Sorry, Bucks. We had to do a little cranker up there action for you. Hear that motor sing for a second. Good job, Marley.
I'm curious to see what kind of lap time I put down for you guys. This car here is set up for the long haul. You can run an entire fuel run, whether you're on 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, however you run your races, or if you're in the league. Solid that you have control. So this car, whether it's the first lap or the last lap of your fuel run, is going to feel the same in the corners. And you gotta let off right at around you'll notice on your right hand side when you're going down the back straightaway, you're gonna have some cones right where you're entering. You want to back off right around the second cone, and then just slam that car down to the bottom without touching the butter, as we like to call it. Here it's a white line, so it's like mayo. But but you want to throw that car down there, hold it right around the bottom, power your way back out towards the wall, and just keep doing it, and you will set that lap. If you run up high, you're not going to get the kind of times that we're getting. But later in your run, that might help you if you run a little higher to save your tires. You know, if you make any adjustments and run this car looser, tighter, whichever. But this setup here is good for either a controller or a
drum
wheel.
Drum roll, here we go.
Let's see what kind of lap we put down.
What'd you put down there, buddy?
Not sure yet.
22.510, not bad at all.
22.510.
Not bad at all. That's a good.
That's probably on the leaderboard right now.
That's a Cookins lap right there. Now again, like I said, this car will hold all the way through and through, so pretty good stuff there. Let's go ahead and get you guys over to the setup. The gold is as you want to see. Alright, so we're going to go back over here. Give us 1 second. So this is good stuff right here, folks. These setups are, again, you can do little adjustments here, make it your own there. But that's what it's all about. We're trying to. Then don't forget. We also have that tutorial Thursdays when before the development race for Front Row Racing. We're there to go over these setups with you, tailor them to give you insights on how to tailor them for you to adjust for your lines, things of that nature. Watch you run and see where we can help you out when it comes to your line and setups.
Yes,
so really good problem. Good.
And feel free to show up on Thursdays for our developmental league.
Yeah.
We do a track every single week and teach everyone, the lines and braking points, let off points, where to get back in the gas to help you guys all get faster.
Hit the wrong button. And that's exactly it. That's precisely it right there. Is just to help people out and get them faster with more control, the whole bit. I mean, and that's what everyone's looking for. Sorry, folks, hit the wrong button. I slipped. But we've all done that plenty of times, I can imagine. Yeah, no, I accidentally hit the back instead of the whatever. You know how crap goes.
I got you.
But I mean, it's a solid program over there, folks. And again, the development's open for anyone. Anybody can show up and see and show us what you got. And then if you start pointing in there, start pointing out, and you're there consistently, then you start getting your running spots for when B needs a fill in, A needs a fill in, and everyone starts stepping up from there. And we get enough solid people over there in development, then we just start C. We call it a day. Here we go. All right, folks. Appreciate the patience, but here we are.
Awesome.
All right. Now we got ourselves set up here. See the bumps? A little staggered. He did a 4-5 here to help give that nose a little bit more grip. I just seen him pulling around in 1 and 2 and really keeping that car hugged.
Running now, if you run all 5s, which you can also, it's a little bit slower, and the car might feel a little more solid to you if you're not used to driving a little bit looser of a car. But running it at that 4-5, that gives you that bite into the turn. So when I go and turn left, that car goes right where I want it to go.
Yeah, precisely. And there's a couple more things I want to bring up here. So as you see your front weights here, your left weight always at 54 too. We all know this. Front weights at 52. Wedge is 51.5. Those are very close, and this is the balance you're looking for your car here. Is you want to have these balanced out. You want those similar in nature, and then you'll see his springs right here. He has a good separation between the left and right fronts here, which is what you need. He has the rears matched up a little bit more here, helps get that bite, and then of course you'll see the tire pressures. The fronts. The lefts are the same, rights are off by a pound. Again, it's balanced. It's very, very balanced.
The tire pressure is huge. You always want to run about a pound less in your right rear, because what that does is it gives you not only the bite to get the run off the corner and get speed down, but as your run goes along, it keeps the car from getting so loose to where if you're running, like a lot of these guys on YouTube, they're giving out good setups, but they're qualifying setups. They're not a long run setup. Running that tire down there just a pound will keep that car solid throughout your run.
Very good point. Thank you, Marlon, for bringing it out. Again, you'll learn a lot of this stuff during that development on Thursday as well. So, and then of course we're looking here. Your camber's offset here, nice, because we do have a really good banking here, and aggressive banking, not just steep, but aggressive banking. And you see he's lightened up his track bar, so he's loosened this car up. So remember, lower the number, tighter the car is, higher the number, the looser the car is going to be. He has those balanced 13s on both. Again, he's trying to balance out that car. We have the brake bias.
What I found personally with those track bars is if you run the higher track bars, you want to do that so that you can run a higher sway bar. The higher your sway bar is, the longer you're going to be able to keep that car in control during your entire run. You might run a looser sway bar, but that's going to give you that, a hot lap or two, and then your car is going to fall off tremendously. You're going to lose a lot of speed because you're going to be loose and scrubbing off time in the turns. Where if you want to run that higher sway bar, and then you can loosen up your track bars and keep that stability in your car and gain speed.
And that is another balance you guys get to mess with as well. Is that front sway bar. Go up to 585, all right, and then loosen your car up a little bit, or float that thing back and forth, see where it's gonna handle the best for you. But honestly, a lot of that control, depending on what you're gonna be driving, is gonna be right here in that front sway bar right there. That 8.5, that 585 might give you a little bit, but it will blow you up a little bit, so be leery. So you're looking at your grill tape. He gets you to a little lower grill tape here due to the fact he wants some air going through that thing. It helps that thing turn, all right? You know, because the more that you put tape on there, right, it pushes the car, right, makes it a little looser.
So you end up running a lower tape so that you can run a higher gear. You want your RPMs to be as high as possible at these short tracks. So when you're coming out of the turn, you're at a higher RPM. It gives you more control of the car and more speed down the straightaway, rather than having a lower, running a lower gear rear end ratio and more tape. Yeah, you could throw more tape on, more downforce, but you won't have that straightaway speed, which is what you're looking for.
And precisely there, yeah, exactly. And then it will locks and everything. That's going to pin a little bit on you. But as Marley was stating earlier, this is a setup that is set up for both wheel and controller. But I've ran it as well, and you see the wheels right behind me. So he set it up where it's a chameleon, is what we call this type of a setup, where it can blend with your controller and your wheel. Your steering offsets. Yeah, go ahead.
Depending on where you run your wheel, or how you drive your wheel. If you drive it loose, or if you like your controller loose, depending on whichever you're on, there's a few things that you can change, because this all kind of goes off of the way I have my controller set up or the wheel setup. You want to either lower, if it's feeling too loose for you and you're overturning, then you want to lower that wheel lock. Or if it's not turning enough, then you want to raise it so you'll be able to turn that car a little more, or leave it where it's at and adjust the wedge a little bit to where you like the car to get it. If it's overturning, raise your wedge a little bit to snug it up. If it's turning too much for you in the turns and you're overturning and hitting the apron, then lower it. I'm saying if you're turning too much, then you want to raise it. If you're not turning enough and you're pushing in the turn, then you want to re-wedge just a little bit. But don't go drastic, because it'll break the car on the wall.
Yeah, you don't want to go too drastic with them, folks. You want to do little bits at a time and one thing at a time to make it adjust to you. But, I mean, again, the car will run regardless. So, again, we're just giving you ideas, hints, tricks when it comes to messing with this car a little bit to really kind of tune her to where you want her to be. And then, of course, you see your gear ratios here. He has them set to peak. And again, if there's something else you can find, by all means. But it's all about throwing these gears around, doing these different rear end gear ratios versus your fourth gear. It's not only about peaking at your RPMs, but you also want to have that build up of your RPMs as you come out of these turns, because it helps with that grip. If you have too much too high, you're gonna and you just rock and roll that tail right around you. But if you have it where it claws a little bit more, so the RPMs don't rev so high so quick, it'll actually help you on rotation through the turn and out.
You want to have your RPMs coming out of the turn, and this is all on your line as well. But you want to have those being able to carry as much speed as you can coming out of the turn. Realistically, you want to have your RPMs around 8,000 when you're coming out of the turn, and then close to your red line when you're letting off again going into a turn. So you can either go up a little bit on the rear end ratio and take a little tape, or go down and add a little tape depending on your driving style. But those are all adjustments you can make as well.
Yeah, those are the ways to float it. But again, if there's any questions or whatnot, feel free to hit us up on Thursdays, and we'll go over it with you and watch your line and see where you're at and see where we can help. So, all right, folks. Well, that's what we got for our setup giveaway for Dover, and we'll be back with one for New Hampshire here in a little bit. And then we're just going to keep going with them. So until we get them home.
After that, I believe after New Hampshire will be Kansas. So
we got Kansas, but then we got a few. Yeah, well, we got a few that we're going to be giving out that we already ran throughout the season. So we got to get caught up, if you will. But yeah, look forward for all that stuff to come up, folks. We're going to keep bringing it to you, try to help you guys out as much as we possibly can. Remember, Left Turn Broadcasting always available for any kind of questions, comments, concerns, things of that nature. We do full broadcasting for all leagues. So pretty much, if you're looking for some broadcasting help, or if you're looking for someone to broadcast, hit me up. I'd be more than happy to see what kind of schedule we got going on, see what kind of program we're running. But until then, folks, good.
But like and subscribe, definitely hit that like and subscribe, and
Please,
help out our family here.
Yeah,
Give us a little love. And,
that's all we need.
That's going to benefit you too, because then you're going to see. I mean, I believe what we put out already for setups for Indy and Auto Club. I want to say those are our 2 setup giveaways so far.
Yeah.
We're going to be throwing you some more. This is our 3rd one, and we're going to get you guys up to speed here at every track on NH4. So
it's gonna be epic, guys. So stay tuned in and make sure you share this around, and let's get left turn broadcasting up where it needs to be in Pro Racing as well. You know, because we're trying to put down the top stuff here. So we appreciate all the support. Anyways, guys, we'll see you soon. Until next time, you know how it goes. Keep it pointed in the right direction.